Hello YouTube, this is Todd and I'm back talking about developing Android applications using Java. So, in the past couple of videos I kind of talked about the life or the process of developing a Java application. Well, this is kind of like the fourth and final step. So, Google pretty much owns Android. Android is a Google project. So if you didn't know that, you know that now. So if you want to become a developer for Google developing apps, you need to go to developers.google.com, or you can just Google search developer Google. That'll be the first link. Or it may not be the first link. Maybe wrong. Let's try Android. That'll probably be a little bit better. Alright, so developer.android.com. It's the easiest place to go to. So here it does kind of explain some of like the design, the development, and the distribution, the getting started, and all of this good stuff. But this video is going to mainly concern the distribution portion. So you click the distribute and you go to developer console. I already have a developer account. If you don't, there's like a little process. You sign up. You have to have a Gmail account. So you sign up using your Gmail account, and it's a $25 fee. Now, I don't remember exactly if it's a $25 fee and you're good forever, or it might be like Apple. Apple's kind of insane. Like, I've had a couple people since I started playing around and actually created the first solid shell security app that said, hey, how about you play around with iPhone some? iPhone costs $99 a year. So with Google Play, you're paying 1/4 of the cost to do the same thing. And plus none of that, Droid sales are through the roof compared to iPhone sales. I mean, not knocking iPhone and Apple, but if you don't have the money to pay for both, or you just kind of want to like do this as a hobby, there's no reason to do both, especially with Apple iPhone. You're going to have to write it in Objective-C, which is kind of a pain, So to write for both platforms, you have to know Java and Objective-C and the inner workings of the development. I would say go with Google because it's 1/4 of the cost, and they're starting to beat out Apple in sales. Plus it's Google. I love Google. Sometimes they do things I don't like. Yeah. But Apple does more things I don't like, which is actually kind of funny because I own a MacBook. So, and it's actually gonna be hopefully tomorrow my payment will process, so that way this will actually hit the App Store tomorrow. But as you can see, you can already start to upload APKs and prepare store listings. You'll get the same message whenever you first create your account, so it's not like an instant creation, I don't think, or it wasn't for me. So if you want to create a new application, you just click Add New Application right here. We're gonna upload a fake one, and you can start with upload the APK, which the APK is like the executable file, and I'm going to go through towards the end of this video and show you how to make an APK. Or you can prepare a store listing. We're going to prepare a store listing because we don't have an APK. And okay, here we go. Store listing, so you set the title, description, and add translations. It's pretty easy, kind of self-explanatory in a way. graphical assets. This is one thing I didn't like, is it does require you to have 2 screenshots. So like version 1.0 of Solid Shell Security really isn't a lot. It's not a big application yet, so there's not too much to take screenshots of. But, you know, it's a little preview. If you have a Droid, you go to the Play Store, Google Play, or App Market, whatever they call it now. They changed the name of it recently. You click on an application you want to download, and it's got like screenshots showing the application and the icon, promo video, everything with the blue asterisk is required. One thing that sucks is if you have promo text, you have to have a feature graphic, a promo graphic, and I think this is still optional. You don't have to have that. So you come down, you pick application or game, you select the category, click games, it's different categories, content rating. Everybody can download, and then the rest kind of like age limits or warnings. Think about like, you know, E for everybody. I think it's like T for rated teen, M for mature. Like game ratings or video, you have G, PG, PG-13, rated R, and there's like a couple more, like NC-17 or something like that. Then you can set the website, email, your phone number, pricing and distribution. Here's where you decide, okay, do we make it paid or free? And to make a paid subscription, you need to make a merchant account. Select all countries to distribute it. So like if I have Albania here checked off, then it'll sell to everybody who has a Droid will be able to buy it unless they live in Albania. So kind of sucks for you, Albania. Then you have to agree to some of this stuff. Just these two right here: content guidelines and US export laws. And in-app products is like if you're selling, if you have an app, let's say you're eBay and you're making an app that will quickly, allow people to go on there and bid on stuff, you'd probably have to do like the in-app product stuff. So it's fairly easy to get the store listing and everything. So upload your first APK. So you come back here. To make an APK, you click on the project, Android Tools, then you export signed package. Next, you need to create a new key store. Once you have an existing key store, you can skip this confirm and just type in the password, but location, we'll just set a really silly location. Location doesn't want to play nicely tonight. Let me try this. Export sign. Browse. Oh, it can't have errors. So for me to show this, which I already have this exported, so I'm not going to walk through the whole process. So create a new key store. I already have a key store, so I just type in my key store password. And what use existing key store. Okay, so next, my alias, the password, And then I set a destination file to save the APK. Then we finish, and then it creates the APK. So my APK is at desktop, Android, and here's my APK file. So to upload my APK file, just browse the file, go to the directory it's in, just desktop, Android, then click the APK file and uploads, which I have already done. So it's also really nice to bookmark this too. So here we go. And then if your payment is still processing, it just stays as a draft. Something really nice is if you go here to this draft button and click why can't I publish, it'll list the reason. So if you're missing something, like if I forgot to put in title and I go to draft, why can't I publish, it'll say, hey, you're missing a title. So it's actually kind of user friendly in many ways. I like how they have this set up for the developers. I really enjoy it. It's not bad. Another thing, if I can find it, it took me a few minutes to find it before. Might be underneath distribution. Nope. APK. Upload new APK. Advanced mode. I think right here. Supported devices. So this is really neat. Because, you know, HTC, all of the manufacturers of Droid devices, they kind of change things with their devices. So sometimes you write an app and it's compatible with most but not all. This kind of shows you, you know, which devices are supported. So for the Solid Shell app, there are 2,207 apps that are supported, and it lists them all, which is kind of nice. Let's check out HTC real quick. HTC, and click show all. Let's see if my device is good. I got the merge, should be good. It looks like all the HTC devices are good. Alright, so that's kind of nice. It just shows all of the devices that are supported. Now the one advantage Apple does have over Google is that because Apple makes the software and the devices, compatibility is going to be a little bit easier than it is with Droid, but it's starting to get better with Droid. I can also see devices that are not supported, which is right here, and I went ahead and looked through this list, and most of them stuff I've never heard of, or, you know, I'm not really worried about somebody who wants this app that has LG Google TV. Like, you have a Google TV. Why do you need an app to bring up websites if you have a Google TV? That's my line of thinking. So yeah, got plenty of neat little features. And I can also set it, I believe, I can also set it where no device, where that device isn't compatible. I don't see why you would do that though. Make an exclusive device. So you do that by clicking where it says advanced mode right here. Another really cool thing is whenever I want to update it, instead of having to go through and complete a completely new application on the development center, go to store listing, recent changes. Here's where I log recent changes to the application. Go to the APK and click advanced. If you notice, this says version 1.0. Well, if I upload a new APK, then that's going to be a different version. So it's really easy to update it from one version to another version, and it kind of, I'm guessing, according right here, it archives the versions. So that's really neat. I loved how Google set this up. Really simple to play with. So that's pretty much it for this video. Oh, wow, 15 minutes. Wow, I'm gonna end up killing the processor in this. Actually, it's kind of funny because a couple of days ago I was talking with one of my friends, and he was saying that he needs to get a new MacBook because he's a Mac fanboy. Unlike me, I just own one. And so we got to talking about when is the appropriate time to go out and buy a new computer, and I told him, I was like, I'll be honest with you, I'm probably not going to buy a new computer until the processor in this sucker burns out, which isn't the first time. I had a little netbook with like the Intel Atom and 1 gig of RAM that ran Windows XP, but I threw Linux on it, and I did like so much resource intensive stuff on it that it just died. And I'm actually kind of getting worried about this MacBook because I've only had it for 7 months, but I've done some very intensive stuff on it. But yet, well, it's still making noises. 10 gigs of RAM. So I have the RAM to do intensive stuff. So that's it for this video. And one little final end note. I'm kind of debating on where I should go with the Java app development. If I have some requests, I'll probably go more in depth of like actually writing useful apps, as in actually going in and sit down and writing code and not just showing you the SDK and the process of it. But the problem is like, because it uses Java and the only programming tutorials that I have are Python, I'm trying to decide, should I do, if I do end up making more Android development videos of actually showing how to use libraries to make apps, I'm trying to debate if I should do a crash course Java tutorial series or not. If you guys want to see me do more things with the app development, like actually going through and showing you the libraries and everything, let me know. Shoot me an email. I'll put my email in the description. And also let me know if you guys want me to actually teach Java before we get into that, so that way you understand the Java language. So that's it for this video, and I think that's one of the longest videos I made. Gonna end it right at 18 minutes.